How long have you been working out?
So I started training probably about 15, 16 years old.
How old are you now?
I'm 24.
Just a baby.
Yeah, just a baby. So I started training for football when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I started getting stronger and everything, and I built a good base. But I didn't really get into like bodybuilding or anything until I was about 19 or 20.
After football.
Which
is a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Don't you find?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now what happens to a lot of people that played football with me did the same thing with me, and then they quit.
Right.
The difference is you get addicted to it and you don't quit, and that's how you go into.
Yeah.
So, because you're still just a kid, so you were how old when you got serious?
I got kind of serious when I was like 16, 17 because I wanted to get bigger for football, but I didn't really get serious into bodybuilding until about 20, probably about 20 years old.
So that's only 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And how many shows have you done? He's competed, by the way.
Yeah, so I've competed 3 years. So I did one show my first year, and then I did two my second year, and then last year I did a national
So let's
show.
back up. So you did a show your first year.
Yes, sir.
So let me pause for the people out there. Okay? That's called fantastic genetics. And I'm going to show some pictures of you competing.
Okay.
And his waist is about this big. And before you come ask him at Foley, I want my waist to look like yours, you're going to have to go back into your mama's womb and start over, because that's called God. God made good genetics. That's bone structure. Because your waist, I was looking at those contest pictures you sent that were doing posters of.
Yeah.
That's just, you know as well as I do. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Now also, you had no calves.
Yeah, I have no.
No, but your calves have your calves have already improved since those pictures.
Yeah, they have.
So you are going to have calves.
Yeah.
So again, boys and girls, I've been training nearly 50 years. Still don't have calves. So never gonna have that waist. But you're gonna have good calves, because when you're playing football, you don't train for calves.
You don't at all.
They don't ever train calves.
Right.
And I used to think it was my football coach's fault in my early training. No, it's genetics. But your calves improved so much since those pictures. So right now you're competing in physique.
Yeah, so I do physique. I've done classic physique, but I'm still about 15, 20 pounds under my weight cap for classic. So I'm trying to get a little bit bigger just everywhere.
Right.
My legs aren't small for the division, but it's just my whole body as a whole needs to get bigger.
Right.
So,
but that is going to be that's what, when I look at your pictures, it's that Frank Zane, aesthetically pleasing, which thank goodness the pendulum swung and it's swinging back. Because everybody's sick of the big Buddha belly looking. Nobody wants to see that.
yeah, mass monster. Yeah.
And it was bad for the sport.
Yeah.
Because suddenly everybody's like, yeah, I don't look like that.
Right.
So people want to aspire for your physique that you got right now.
Yeah, the classic divisions, it's growing a lot right now. It's almost, a lot of people are saying it could overtake.
I think that's what's going to happen. That's my own personal opinion.
Yeah, so
I hope, and that's me hoping, because I'm old and I want to see it go back to what I grew up on. That's
right.
what I grew up on. So, talk to me a little bit. How many days a week do you train right now? I'm trying to give people insight.
I usually train about 5 to 6 days a week. I used to train, back when I first started, I would go like 8, 9, 10 days in a row. And
that's too much.
Yeah, it was way too much, and I didn't realize I needed to rest a lot more because you're growing when you're resting, eating, sleeping. So
see, even 5 to 6 days is crazy to me, but I'm that much older than you. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, and some days,
by the time you're 30, you'll be down to 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, someday I was about to say sometimes I do only go 4. Because I'll try to train everything really, really hard to failure, and by the time I'm done with that 4th day, like my body's exhausted.
Right.
So
and your adrenal system, and you've got
yeah, right. So everything's just shot. So sometimes I'll take more off days, more rest days, and then some days like I like to push it to 5 or 6. So
give me an idea of your split. What's your favorite? In other words, because I give you my favorite split. If somebody said you can only do one split the rest of your life, it's chest and back one day, legs one day, shoulders and arms.
Right.
3 days a week, and I'm good. Now I switch it up a lot But what's your favorite split?
So I'm back and forth between that split, the chest and back, shoulder and arm, and leg day. And I'll split my leg days into a quad dominant day
A hamstring.
and a hamstring dominant day. But then I also really like push pull leg day, which push is chest, shoulders, triceps,
Right.
and then pull is back and biceps. So I kind of really like both. Sometimes I'll back.
And that's
bounce
what you
back
should.
forth.
Yeah, that's what you should.
Yeah,